Morning, everybody.
Well, look at me now, I've got no reason to be like everybody else, so dumb, so happy. I like things that fly, things that creep at night. Everybody is asking me, what's it like down there? The concrete floor is cold, the walls are bare. I feel safe just being alone, living in darkness, living in a world of my own. I feel safe just being alone, living in darkness, living in a world of my own. I feel selfish, doing everything by myself, but feel so cold. I wanna live to be a couple dozen years old. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Well, I thought I knew somebody that I could trust, now I'm not so sure. I feel safe just being alone, living in darkness, living in a world of my own. I feel safe just being alone, living in darkness, living in a world of my own.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? I think I'm getting ready to go to church. No pipe club today. I went last week. Which is too bad, because Larry says he's got something for me. Hopefully it's not a knuckle sandwich. Larry knows I like my sugary, sweet, ooey gooeys. Last Sunday, Onion gave me a mostly full pouch of Paladin Black Cherry, which he knows I've been enjoying. I said, smell this, Larry. He says, smells like a cough drop. I said, a cough drop? He said, it smells like something you'd like, Smurf. Yeah, I guess so. Have I ever told you guys how much I love candy? Like I said, I smoked cigarettes 30 years and never ever wanted an aromatic cigarette. Not even a menthol. Smoking CAO Black again this morning. Drinking some tequila before church. Just kidding. I found this bottle at the junk store. And it's incomplete. Well, one, it's empty. Which is not actually tequila, it's mezcal. And it's called Gusano Rojo, which means the red worm. And there he is, with his bottle hanging from his back or his head. Oh, he's got a Hebrew body. What does that mean? Anybody? Anybody? I'd say, but it's controversial to some people. And then there's this little rope, this little poncho. It's supposed to have a little bag of salt attached to it. But I've never seen a bottle like this. But if you go to Tijuana, you find plastic jugs with a little handle. And you can just walk down the street. And we call it moon juice when I was young because it gives you weird dreams. Cool dreams. The neighbors are active today. They're on their way to church, to the Kingdom Hall. But I think I'm going to the Center for Spiritual Living, which is used to be called the Church of Religious Science. My Viking, by the way, that I won from Iron Brigade Piper's Gaw. Lovely pipe. It's a 9mm. No filter. I love that big open airway. But I haven't been to church in some time. And if I wasn't late, I would go meditate with the monks up the hill. And eat lunch with them after. It's always fun. There's also the Rosicrucian service up on a different hill. Very unique, interesting, a little creepy, but very cool place. The Rosicrucian temple's built on Mount Ecclesia in Oceanside. And they say it was built there, I think in 1902 or so, because Mount Ecclesia has the highest ether content in the air anywhere in the world. What does that mean? I don't really know. But they're always very kind to me when I show up there. And it's been a long time. I used to go to church every Sunday, but I would go to a different church. Sometimes I'd go to two churches. I'd catch a morning service and then the late service at another church. I love going to church. I love taking pictures in church. I love being the stranger at church. Which as soon as I start taking pictures, I find out what kind of people I'm dealing with. Friendly ones or suspicious ones. Liars. A lot of liars. But if you have ears to hear, you can hear the real thing through any pastor's jive. There's some really good pastors out there, and there's some really bad ones. And then there's the ones that just have no idea what they're saying. Very interesting. Been kicked out of a few too. One time I went to this church called The Bridge, right? Symbolism City. I wouldn't call it quite a mega church, but it was a pretty big church. Probably fit 1,000 people in there. Like a 12-piece band. And I noticed that the way the backdrop of the stage was designed, there was a subliminal pentagram, inverted. And at the time, I was learning what these things mean. And I wasn't there to call it evil or anything like that. Although, a lot of that depends on the intent. Why has it got to be subliminal? Anyway, I didn't bring it up. But I was talking to the singer of the band after the service. And I told him, yeah, your songs were really, really good. So I really appreciate all the spiritual symbolism that you put in those songs. And, oh, thank you, thank you. And I said, it's funny, on the way here, I heard Madonna on the radio sing Like a Virgin. Oh, no, Lucky Star. Lucky Star. Speaking of pentagrams. I said, when I was a kid, all I could see was Madonna rolling around on the floor in her underwear. Maybe not in those words exactly. But I said, if you close your eyes and listen to that song, she's singing not to a dude. She's singing to the lucky star. I urge everyone to go put in Madonna Lucky Star lyrics. And you can't close your eyes and read lyrics, but meditate on that song without Madonna rolling around on the floor in her underwear. Or whatever. The guy said, I don't want any spiritual teachings that Madonna has to offer. And he started to look around. Next thing you know, I was surrounded by clergymen. They told me I was on a hunt for demons and that I didn't belong at their church. And that it would be better if I left. The pastor gave me a card and said, if you have any more questions or comments to make, send us an email. And I did. I sent them an email. I wouldn't do this now, but in my beginning days of my hunt for truth, I sent them an email and said, what is this subliminal pentagram you have behind the stage? What does it mean? And I got a reply saying again, there's nothing there. And you're on a hunt for demons. And we don't want anything to do with you. So stop contacting us. That's what you get for asking questions. I made it clear I'm not calling anything evil. I just want to know what's going on here. And I've been to a million churches since. And I see the same thing at every church. Pentagrams and bridges and pillars and hexagrams and all this stuff. When I grew up learning that stuff was evil. It was satanic. And it can be. It really can be. Oh, I got good coffee this morning, finally. Anyways, I don't know why I went on a church ramble. The Center for Spiritual Living. My brother is a pastor in Colorado, in Denver, for their Center for Spiritual Living. I didn't forget my tamper today, bud. And Center for Spiritual Living. I went there as a teenager. Yeah, I can't even tell you guys the whole story. It's so crazy. But basically, we had a friend, Tony. I say we, I meant my little cult of young punk rockers I had cultivated at my school. And we used to go to Tony's house after school every day and trash it. I was terrible. I was terrible, guys. If you don't want your TV remote to soak in a glass of Kool-Aid, don't have young Smurfinelli at your house. Anyways, he invited us to church. It's not a regular church, guys. It's like that, we didn't care. We were just like, all right, we'll go to church with you, Tony. And boy, did we. We also got pulled over on the way there, I remember, which was frightening. I can't tell this story properly. It's too lurid. Anyways, we got to that church. We were late because we got pulled over. We walked into a room. Tony was already there. In Huntington Beach, California. We walked in this room to the Oasis Teen Group. With the intent of causing mayhem. And I had the henchmen to do it. Well, we walked into a room and it was dark. There was one candle lit in the center of the room, and everyone is sitting on the floor around this candle holding hands. And there was 2 older people there facilitating, supervising. And they welcomed us in and asked us to sit down, join circle, and hold hands. My hand was a bloody mess. And I sat down next to a girl. I'll never forget her. Kara Torrance. And she saw my hand and looked horrified. But she took it anyway. It was bloody. I mean, there was big gashes on my hand. And I wasn't even aware until I got to the building that I was bloody. My henchman and I had a lovely time. And man, the girls were beyond cute, way friendly, and everyone, including the old couple, were so nice to us. So we went back a bunch of times. And eventually my henchman lost interest. But every now and then I'd get a call from one of these beautiful girls. Hey, do you want to go to the teen group? I'll pick you up. Cool. I started going by myself. My group of henchmen started to fall apart. So I started hanging out at this church and having a great time. I went to camps and all kinds of stuff. And I went from being the biggest bully in the universe to being the Smurfinelli you all know and love now. I didn't understand any of the teachings then. The old couple were great. Alan's dead now. Mary's elderly, and I haven't seen her since Alan's funeral a few years ago. which my brother presided over. Anyway, my brother at the time, he's 4 years younger than me. You know, he was 15 years old, 14 years old. And he was going to the same high school I went to, but I had graduated. And the only kids that were friends with my brother were my younger henchmen that watched out for him. He hated school. He hated people. He hated himself. So I brought him. I brought him with me. Now, that church, they took a huge liking to me and another kid. And they wanted to sponsor us to take all these classes and go to their university and, become high-ranking members of their church. No strings attached. We just had to show up and do the homework and participate. And we took the first class, and I think we ditched the final exam. We're supposed to have like a final project. We didn't do it. So we skipped the last class and we didn't finish it. And the church was very disappointed in us. They were cool, but they were like, all right, these guys aren't the ones. Then they took a liking to my brother and sponsored him to start taking this foundation class and keep on moving through. He finished their whole university and had to go get a degree in religion and philosophy. He started doing services and eventually got his own church in Seal Beach to take care of. And I guess it's been almost 2 years now that he got an offer in Denver to do. They're at Mile High Church, a huge church. It looks like a spaceship. This place sounds more like a cult the more I talk about it. It's not a cult. The lifestyle wasn't working for me, however. I just found that they were talking a lot of fairy tale talk, and there was a lot of rich people there, and a lot of wealthy gay people there, and I just felt like these people can afford to think like this, It's positive, So I went off and left the church. My brother's still a minister. He's in Denver doing his thing. He's probably talking right now on a big old stage. Anyways, my church here is a branch of that church. What is religious science? Well, it's the science of religion. Get it? Yin and yang, right? Religion and science. And they study all spiritual philosophies. Buddhism, Hinduism, whatever. Christianity, of course. And I enjoy it. And it's been a while. And since I can't go to Pipe Club today, I think I'll do that. Baby permitting. What are you guys going to do today? Whatever it is, I hope it's awesome. Dogs are going nuts out there. Uh, 25 minutes. That went quick. I want to thank you all for the awesome response yesterday to my return video. This video is about to cut off, so I have to say I love you all very much. And I'll see you later, okay?